As the Clone Wars raged on, Jedi Knight Anakin Skywalker and his apprentice Ahsoka Tano were dispatched to a remote Outer Rim farming world where the local military reported something extremely troubling. Their fighters encountered a brand new Separatist ship which had a completely unbreakable shield. No matter what firepower they threw at it, it could not be cracked. This deeply concerning new Separatist technology sent shockwaves to the Jedi Council and the Republic because of how dangerous this could be. So, let's find out what happened when Anakin and Ahsoka were sent to deal with this large threat. Make sure you hit the subscribe button down below for more awesome Star Wars lore content. So the story begins on the previously peaceful moon of Gull, orbiting the massive gas giant Zhar deep in the Outer Rim. On the surface, the citizens are in full panic, realizing that the day they have all been dreading has finally arrived. The Separatists have entered the atmosphere of their small moon and have launched a full-scale attack. Up in the skies above the luscious green moon, the local defense force is attempting to fight back against the hordes of battle droid fighters, but notice something astounding. The shields protecting the main Separatist command ship are stronger than any that they have seen before. The sergeant of the local forces immediately relays this information to Anakin and Ahsoka, who have been assigned here to defend the moon, and they are equally as shocked. None of the local forces can get through the shield, no matter how much force they direct towards it. The sergeant tells Anakin and Ahsoka that he has no idea what new technology the Seppies have obtained for them to have a shield this strong, but knows that they are utterly defenseless against their attacks right now. Anakin, however, reminds the sergeant that with a Jedi by his side, he certainly isn't defenseless, but there isn't much time to discuss the point. Anakin and Ahsoka then quickly rush off of the command ship into the spacious green fields, ready to take to the skies. Ahsoka is worried by this, warning her master that their ships are still being refueled. Anakin, however, tells her that he's not talking about their ships, and instead chooses to steal some local ships. Following this, the two immediately burst into the skies and attempt to get as close as possible to the new shield technology so that they can assess the situation. When they do leave the atmosphere of the moon, Ahsoka becomes even more concerned, realizing that these jet wings are for spraying fertilizers down on the fields and certainly not to attack droid ships. Anakin then tries to calm Ahsoka down, telling her that while it isn't exactly dusting crops, it's the only way to make it near the shielded Separatist vessel without being detected by the sensors. Handily, it's also slow enough to break through the shields of the ship and allow them to board the vessel. Ships any larger than this or any faster would have no chance of breaking through. In order to combat this, the Republic would likely need many small ships with Jedi on board, which is simply not possible with the amount of battles going on throughout the galaxy, and this is likely why the Jedi Council found this to be such a threat. Not long after this, Ahsoka ignites her lightsaber, and the two leap on board the Separatist vessel, chopping down a nearby organic Separatist commander. After clearing this easy objective, both of their crop dusters are completely destroyed and sent bursting into flames, again panicking Ahsoka and leading her to ask how are they supposed to get back down. Anakin then tells his apprentice to worry about one problem at a time before they leap down into a dark droid storage area where hundreds of unpowered B-1 battle droids are currently sitting. Ahsoka says she has a bad feeling about this, but her master tells her not to worry because they must have diverted all of their power to the shield generator, so there shouldn't be enough left for the droids. Anakin says that experimental models like this draw a lot of energy, so really they should be safe. Following this, Anakin and Ahsoka make it to the core of the ship, where they unload a bunch of blast devices before inspecting the systems that are powering the shield. Anakin is shocked at what he's seeing, because never before has he witnessed a shield projector like this. He asks Ahsoka if this looks like Geonosian technology to her, but Ahsoka says it looks way too advanced to be Geonosian, so it must be somebody new to the scene. Either way, they can't worry about it too much right now, as they need to take it down by any means necessary. Anakin then hands some of the blast charges to his apprentice, setting each of them on a 5-minute timer before beginning to spread them around. Racing against the clock, Anakin and Ahsoka both begin scrambling through the corridors and platforms of the ship, placing blast charges wherever they look like they'll do the most damage. As the timer keeps ticking down, Ahsoka notices a blaring red light flashing from the nearby dashboard, signaling that something has gone wrong. As Anakin turns around to inspect the area, a pack of B-1 battle droids come marching down the hall and surround the two Jedi, repeating intruder alert on a loop. Ahsoka sarcastically tells Anakin, so much for those droids being useless, before they both ignite their blades and prepare for the horde of droids to keep growing. With time quickly running down, Ahsoka asks her master if he has any more bright ideas, and he immediately tells her that they need to get to the airlock. Hearing this, Ahsoka leaps into action, slicing every B-2 battle droid that comes into her line of sight with her emerald green blade, while Anakin handles the B-1 units. Ahsoka continues leaping and flipping from droid to droid, while Anakin protects her from incoming fire, but they're unfortunately running dangerously low on time. If they don't get out of here very quickly, they'll be in deep trouble. While Ahsoka continues jumping from droid to droid, piercing each of them with her lightsaber, Anakin uses the Force to pummel a few B-1 battle droids with tremendous force, sending them flying back to their deaths. The two then join forces to deflect blaster bolts, with a flurry of red filling their views. Anakin and Ahsoka are swinging their lightsabers as fast as they can, but are losing confidence that the droids will ever stop rushing out towards them. With a huge pile of battle droids mounting in front of the two Jedi, there is still no end in sight to the ravaging horde of battle droids, putting them right on the brink of destruction. They continue deflecting incoming fire from every direction, quickly getting tired, and even beginning to lose focus. With only 17 seconds left on the timer, Anakin closes his eyes and thinks. He asks the Force to guide him to the solution, and thankfully he is granted this wish. He then casts his mind back to his homeworld of Tatooine, remembering the Womp Rats from back home. Ahsoka is incredibly confused, and just plain scared at this point, with only 11 seconds left on the clock, but Anakin decides to explain his thoughts anyway. He tells Ahsoka that back home on Tatooine, the Womp Rats burrow into the sand to escape predators, before shouting, "Follow me." Anakin is about to pull off something that will stick with Ahsoka for the rest of the war, all the way to Order 66 and the final hours of the Clone Wars. With a mere 3 seconds left on the clock, Anakin slices the floor out below him in a circular motion with his lightsaber, dropping the Master and Apprentice out of the vehicle and sending them plummeting towards the surface of the moon. Ahsoka would later use a similar trick in her escape from the clone troopers on her Venator during the tragic events of Order 66. On the way down from the main Separatist ship, Anakin tells Ahsoka to slow her descent with the Force, and is very relieved to see R2 and R7 arriving just on time, bringing the two starfighters with them. Ahsoka then takes the advice of her master, using the Force just as he suggested, to guide herself down to her ship. Just as Anakin and Ahsoka touch down on the tops of their ships, the Separatist main ship, along with all of the droids on board, erupts into a massive searing fireball that spreads out and takes down the other ships around it. On board this ship was one of the most advanced pieces of technology that the Separatists had ever obtained, and if used throughout the rest of the war, could spell disaster for the Republic. With most forms of Republic weaponry being blocked by these incredibly resilient shields, they could simply roll up to any planet they wished and take control of it. There would be almost nothing the Republic could do. They would have to send slow-moving ships with Jedi Knights on board, which there simply aren't enough of to spread through every battlefield in the galaxy. Of course, Palpatine would never let this happen, pulling the strings from behind the scenes, but it may have pushed the Jedi to their limits even faster than they did because of their grave threat. The one major question remaining, however, is why did the Separatists never attempt to recreate this weapon after their prototype ship was destroyed? It could be due to the cost or the complexity of the shielding system, but we'll simply never know. Back on the moon, Anakin and Ahsoka manage to leap into their cockpits just in time to avoid the heat of the fireball above them, jetting off on their way back to space. As the two fly off, Anakin is confident that with the highly advanced Separatist shield now permanently disabled, the local defense force of this small farming moon should have no problem taking care of the few remaining droid fighters. With the two Jedi and their astromechs on their way out, Ahsoka asks her master if their actions just saved this moon and many more like it by destroying the highly advanced shield, to which Anakin admits they just might have. And to end the story, Anakin and Ahsoka look down upon the luscious green moon that they just saved, being very proud of their achievement and stopping the Separatists' new technological terror. So that is how Anakin destroyed one of the most powerful pieces of technology that the Separatists managed to create during the Clone Wars. Thanks so much for watching, really hope you enjoyed the video. Cheers guys, hope to see you in the next one.